All right, so this isn't particularly what I had in mind, but so my original plan was to buy this Asus Strix and then swap out a few parts, to make it a little bit better than the standard pre-built. I was going to change power supply, change motherboard, of course add some RAM. It's already got the 2060 Super Ryzen 5 3600X, so it's pretty good spec right off the bat, but little bit of a change in plans, and I'm going to show you what that is. So yeah, this is what my plan is. So after all the fuss and problems I've had with the pre-built, I decided I'm going to build my own. So I'm going with a Cooler Master MWE 750 white. We have an i5 10600K. We have the MSI B460 torpedo board, and yes, I managed to get my hands on a Asus 3060 Ti, and then of course my Corsair RAM. I don't know where I put my hard drives, but I gotta find my hard drives. So they will be Samsung SSDs, Evo 860s, and then we have the Master Cool Master Liquid ML240L RGB. And that's all going to go into the Mastercase H500 ARGB. So I'm not going to film the build process because, well, I've never done this before and I don't want to be critiqued on my build. So I'm going to get it all built. I'm going to get it set up, and then we will touch base with you. So give me some time to get this sorted out.
One eternity later.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, she is built. So, have a look at this. I am so stoked. So, we have our Cooler Master ML240 V2, our Asus GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, Intel i5 10600K, 16 gigs of RAM. Of course, yes, that is a water cooler. In our Cooler Master H500 series case, I am stoked the way this turned out. So I'm not gonna lie, I did have a few problems, but I got it sorted out. I've never done it before, so I had a couple issues with the BIOS, flashing the BIOS, however you say it, and a couple of the RGB headers, but I got it figured out. We got some RGB. We got, I'm stoked. So she went through her first cycle of updates, but I kind of screwed up pretty big. So I completely overlooked the fact that this is not a pre-built. I don't even have a keyboard to sign in or to do anything. So I had to rob my son's keyboard while I got it set up, and then ran down and grabbed this SteelSeries Apex Pro, I believe is what it's called. Yes, Apex Pro. And let me tell you, man, holy cow, this thing, I've only had it on for a couple of minutes. I haven't really done anything. I've just been doing updates, getting drivers installed. I do have to get a couple of NVIDIA drivers going because I'm getting a bit of a flash, but yeah, this thing, so I'm going to, so let's run user benchmark and see what we're at here. All right, so I think I'm going to keep this at real time so you can see that I'm not fudging any numbers or anything. So yeah, I'll just talk to you about the way this went. So like I said, I had a few problems flashing the BIOS over. Wasn't really a big deal. It was funny because the board was on version 0, which I've actually never seen. But I guess, yes, because it's a brand new board, it's not going to have anything on it. And a couple of the RGB headers, I was having issues, and none of my RGB was turning on, which was kind of weird, but that was my fault. I didn't have them connected to the controller. So honestly, I think I was rushing things a little more than I probably should have been. I was just so excited to finally get it going. And I mean, my cable management's not the best. There is a little bit of tidying up I can do, but I mean, for my first system, I am pretty dang proud of this. So I've got to tie up my cables at the back of the system. My power block under the desk fell off and messed up all my cable management under there. So, but yeah, let's talk about this keyboard for a minute. Holy cow. If you've never used a SteelSeries, so I've used a Corsair, MSI, Asus, and a Razer. And let me tell you, just for the few minutes and the few things that I typed, this thing feels incredible. It's really cool because you can customize it. It's got a little OLED display. I programmed it for my evil gaming there. So we'll do a separate video on this, but figured we'd talk about it for a second while we let our wow, why are you getting so bright? While we let our user benchmark go. So I should have downloaded MSI Afterburner so we can have a look at our temperatures. I will do that after this runs so we can get some live results. But yeah, let's go. Let's get a stand back here. So let's have a look at that. So sick. Yeah, I took the panel off, so I don't know if you can hear the fans. The AIO fans are a little bit loud, but whatever, man. It's going to keep my PC cool. So yeah, I'm stoked, man. I couldn't be happier. So it was a little bit of a struggle trying to get all the components, especially right now with this Bitcoin mining fad going on. I don't know if you want to call it a fad, but everybody mining Bitcoin. You can't get your hands on anything. So yeah, let's wait for this to finish and we'll see what kind of numbers we get. I'm really curious because I know, ooh, why does it keep going so bright? I know my last one, I'll put a clip in here of the last one because I actually ran it before I took the system down. Oh, look at that. 122%. Okay, so our gaming score, 122%. Desktop, 96. Workstation, 113. So have a look at that. So GPU is performing a little bit slower than it should be, it says. Or sorry, CPU. But that could be because I have a few things downloading. So I'm not really concerned. Same as GPU kind of says the same thing. But yeah, this thing is a beast. My Seagate, it doesn't like that one. That thing's trash. It's literally just for my memory. So yeah, this I was gonna go. So now I have 4.5 terabytes total of storage here. If I can get this to zoom in, yeah. So we got 2 terabytes on that one. Only 500 gigs, or 349 gigs of 2 terabytes on that one, and 500 gigs on my SSD. So, and I'm only running 16 gigs of RAM currently. I could not get some matching RAM, so I will be updating that for when I'm doing video editing. But man, let me tell you, this was well worth the hassle. I strongly recommend. Yeah, let me flip you around and have a chat for a sec. All right, not the best angle, but it's the best I can do until I get the drivers installed for my webcam. But let me tell you something, man. So for what it cost me to build this one custom, the way I wanted it with better parts, it was $100 more. I guess technically you can call it $200 more because I had to buy a keyboard. But $200 more than I paid for in my opinion, a garbage pre-built. I see why people make such a fuss out of pre-built. I understand it now. As you've seen on my channel, I've had nothing but headache with these pre-built. So that was ultimately when the last one died. I decided that's it. I am totally done. So I called a computer store local to us. I ordered everything in, and I put the word out that, to be honest, I didn't even care what GPU I got. I was really trying for. Like, I was even willing to settle for a 2060 Super or a 2060. I didn't think I would ever get a 3060. So I put the word out that that's what I'm looking for. And he said they're pretty hard to come across because most manufacturers are using those for their own builds. So I was almost going to go with like a 1650 or something. And he called me up and he says, hey man, I got you a 3060. And I thought, holy crap, this is amazing. So I had to wait on my motherboard. I wanted a specific motherboard for a couple of reasons, and we'll go into that on another video. But this, yeah, it's MSI, go figure. I have problems with MSI, but they make wicked good boards, so we'll give them that. So I decided to go with the MSI B460 Tomahawk, or not Tomahawk, Torpedo, sorry. I was going to go with the Tomahawk, but I thought this best suited what I wanted. So, yeah, this, don't ever buy a pre-built, man. Like, if you don't know how to build one, pay a store. At most stores, it's like between $50 and $100 for them to build it for you. It's pretty affordable. You save money on the components, and you're getting better components. I mean, I've got a 750 watt power supply versus the first system I bought, I think, had 400. Actually, it might have been 350. It was a 350 watt power supply, which is nothing. So this is 750 watts, 3060 Ti, i5 10th gen, and water cooled for, call it $200 more than I paid. So amazing. I don't even know what to say. I forget what we were gonna do here. Oh, I was gonna download Afterburner. So I'm gonna jump back to the other camera. I'm gonna download Afterburner, and we're gonna have a look at a few temperatures and see what we're currently sitting at with our Cooler Master, Liquid Master. I don't even remember what it's called. Yeah, Cooler my phone is sitting on the box if you're wondering what I'm looking at. The Cooler Master Master Liquid ML240 RGB, and I believe it's called a V2 somewhere in there. I saw a V2, but whatever. I don't even know what that means. But let me go back to the other camera, get Afterburner installed. We'll be back with you. All right, so it's a new day. So this thing decided it wanted to do a ton of Windows updates and all kinds of other updates. So I decided to let it do its thing, and brightness too high. And I let it download Fortnite, Call of Duty, and SnowRunner overnight. And the one game I'm really curious about is SnowRunner, because I know I was getting about between 50 and 70 FPS with the preset configuration. So I'm gonna crank it open right now. I'm gonna switch up to my other camera, and we'll see what we've got. So bear with me here. All right, guys, let's get into it. So I hope this is picking it up. I had just did the install of OBS, and it imported my old settings, so I hope this works. Let's get into a game and see what we've got. Holy, okay, granted we're in the loading screen, but where's my mouse here? No way, there's no way we're gonna get that high of frame rate here. What's cool about this, because it was on, I had it in my Epic games, so I was worried when I deleted everything off my other computer, I was gonna lose everything. So look at that, 100 and no way. I gotta see this. Wow. Like 50% better frame rate almost. That is unreal. Wow. And this is currently only with 16 gigs of RAM. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, but let's go this way. I'm not going to play too much. I'm just trying to get a kind of a baseline for what we're running at for frame rate here. Wow, though, this is unreal. Yeah, that's, and this is on this is the preset, so it's the highest quality settings that it allows you to go. So unreal. I gotta stop looking at the numbers and drive for a minute. Wow. So yeah, I got about 50% better frame rate going from a 2060 Super to a 3060 Ti. Granted, I am running a different processor with a higher clock speed. So I got the 10600 now, which I believe is like, you know, I'm not even going to say the clock speeds because I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it's high. It's like 4.1 or something. I can't remember. Versus, was it 2.8 or something on the standard? Something, I'm not sure. You can Google those here. But wow. So 126 frames per second. This is insane. So okay, that's enough on this one. I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to open up Call of Duty and see what this does. Where is it here? All right, let's see if it lets us in this time. Hey, we're in. It's still doing an update, and I got a feeling I'm gonna get a little bit lower FPS because I've got Streamlabs running, Afterburner running, and Dragon Center running for my fans because I'm adjusting some of my fans still. So, all right. Well, so let's try this. So it'd be interesting to see because right off the bat it actually looks like I'm getting less, but I just need to get on the ground. So that's interesting. I'm actually getting a little bit less FPS. Why would that be? So I gotta say, it definitely feels smoother, but I'm actually kind of surprised that my frame rate didn't go up all that much. I think I've only went up a couple frames. I think I was close to 100 before. I'll have to go back and look at some of my footage. But yeah, I know for a fact I was at 100% CPU usage with my previous CPU, and now I'm at, you can see it kind of fluctuating there, but it seems to be, it's definitely running smoother. I'm terrible at this game. Did I get him? So I can admit I'm terrible at this game. I can admit it, but it definitely feels smoother and makes me want to play it more. Before it felt pretty choppy before. So now it's smooth, consistent. I'll probably cap my frame rate, a little bit, but pretty sure I've seen somebody in here. Or not. Reload this bad boy up. Let's get over here. So yeah, overall, I'm very impressed with the way this build went. I probably should have spent a little bit extra and went with a higher core CPU, but whatever. You know what? This is pretty dang good for a starter system. It'll get us by for what we want, and we'll be able to play and hang out with you all. So yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna end this here, and we'll pick you up on the other side. Okay, so that was interesting. So as soon as I turned off my recording, I went up to 145 frames per second versus like I was getting 100. So that actually OBS is eating up quite a bit when I was trying to do that. So that kind of makes me a little bit happier. But yeah, overall I'm super stoked. I'm super happy. I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to help you out the best I can. I mean, it's not really my forte, but I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. And we will have a keyboard video coming up pretty quick here. I'll use this for a few days, and then we'll lay the smack down on a video on this one. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want a game with us, hit us up on most games. We are Evil Gaming. We're happy to play with you.